Hi, I'm Alex Archbold, and I've been buying and selling antiques since I was 9 years old. From basements to scrapyards, I'll look just about anywhere I can to find lost antiques and collectibles. And sometimes I'll go big and buy everything. With my wife and kids, we run an antique shop in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, filled with some of the most unique items we can find. I never know what's going to happen or who I'm going to meet. This is our life, this is our adventure, and this is Curiosity Inc.
From home, honey.
Hey everybody, well this vlog is starting a little bit differently. This is how my day has started. I've been getting stuff over to the auction. I'm on my way to work, and here I am, broken down on the side of the road. I'm gonna get inside the car though, where it's probably a little safer and a little quieter. I'm waiting for a tow truck, so I'm the guy right now causing a traffic jam. Well, it's not too bad right now, but I was just thinking to myself as I drove in today, man, this car is still reading half a tank of gas. I haven't had to fill up in like a week. This thing is excellent on gas. That or the fuel gauge doesn't work properly. So luckily I always give myself a lot of extra time in the morning, so I won't be late opening, assuming they get here in a reasonable amount of time. The funds of old car ownership. But this car hasn't been run in a number of years, and sometimes you run into quirky little things like that, or run into quirky things like your fuel gauge not working properly. So I guess this is where I'm at right now for the time being. I'll give you an update once I get to the store, but for now I am stuck and stranded on the side of the road waiting on a tow truck. Look at this, I'll show you. Key goes on, fuel gauge goes up to halfway. So if it's not a faulty fuel gauge, it's gonna be probably a clogged fuel line or fuel filter. So the one nice thing about having an old car is that other old car guys look out for you. This guy in the old Buick there stopped to check on me. I think it's just a gas problem. So he gave it a once over. He's like, yep, you're not getting gas. I'm like, I know I'm not getting gas. But it is really nice to have an old car like that. There's a good community. Everybody helps each other out. But for right now, I'm just waiting on a jug of gas to come from my AMA, or United States to be AAA. Pays to have that membership, having an old car, I can tell you that much. Well, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. It's been about half an hour or so and still no sign of the tow truck yet. If there was a gas station closer, I would just go and get some myself, but for now, this is the situation. The car is definitely not getting fuel, and I don't want to wear out my battery, so I'm just hanging tight. Not how I plan my morning to go. There's my car. There's the tow truck. Gas didn't do it. Apparently my gas gauge isn't malfunctioning. I probably have a clogged inline fuel filter. That's the trouble. You drive an old car with old gas. Sometimes you draw stuff up from the tank. I don't know. Either way, it started when we put gas in the carb. Does not stay running. So something's going on. It's going to go into the shop. If I had it at home, I could fix it myself. But I'm not at home. So I've got the long walk, probably gonna be like a 40 minute walk, I guess, to work. And it looks like I will be late today because the tow truck took so long to get here. He actually showed up with gas and he said, yeah, I'll only try bringing you gas. I'm not gonna tow you. I had to convince him to actually take my car. Anyways, off I go. Finally made it to the store. Just got my exercise in today. And I hear the pitter-patter of hammers and stuff happening in the shop. Looks like my HVAC's getting put in. Well, the guys are working next door getting the HVAC in. I'll go into update later on there. I decided to sort through some of those slides that I got earlier. I was looking for military slides, things that are of interest, like these that are from Dawson City, Alaska. That's basically like your early gold rush sort of pictures. There was a lot of interesting sort of pictures, but then there's one in particular that stood out. Well, actually a couple, but this one stood out. So this just looks like a typical crowd scene. You might not think much of it. So, yep, Victorian-ish looking crowd scene, a bunch of people waiting at a fair or something. What's going on? Waiting to get a glimpse of the president at the Pan American Exposition. Well, if you know your history and you know that date, when this came out, you'll know that that is the exposition that President McKinley was actually shot at and later died from, being the third president to be assassinated. Who would have known at the time of this photograph that McKinley would have been shot right here. His assassin might be standing in that crowd somewhere as we're looking at this picture. It's a really kind of interesting piece of history that this thing still exists and that it's of that particular day, the day that the president was assassinated. It's kind of a cool bit of history. Here comes a big load of tile. That looks like she's got some weight. You guys need a hand? There goes the wheel. I had a backup cart in the garage. We tried pushing up there, but it wouldn't go very far. Oh, that ought to come in handy. That's a pretty good sturdy cart. Hanging out and getting some stuff put away, there was a pile of records that came in. Unfortunately, some of these had a little bit of water damage. Some of them are not too bad. While others, like this Beatles White Album, which is now the Beatles Off White Album, the covers are ruined. There's no point even keeping it. But you look at the album itself, and the album is fine. So I'll probably keep it aside just in case I come across one of these that has a scratched album. But that, no, I can't sell that to anybody. That's got to go. When I'm going through the albums, I like to check out the condition of the vinyl too. If it's too rough, or there's no record or the wrong record, it goes off to the side. If it's decent, it goes out to the store for sale. This was kind of an oddball one. It's The Spy Who Loved Me, Roger Moore, James Bond soundtrack, kind of cool. And I open it up and I see all this writing inside. The guys are busy working away inside. They're tin bashing, they're getting ready, and we're out here chatting with Bob and Bill. And you were saying, Bill, when were you here last time? You were sitting on the patio.
That was over a year ago.
And what was here then?
Just this pad here, but you were getting ready to pour the concrete there, and they were digging out for the sewer.
We were scraping things out for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been here for the whole works.
Right from the beginning, yeah.
But it's really starting to come together.
It is.
I think.
Good. I really like it.
See, then when you guys come to visit, there'll be a place to hang out. We already have the picnic table outside.
Right.
And then soon there'll be a little sitting area indoors too, so I can have my friends come by like you guys and come and hang out and hopefully grab a coffee at some point.
Exactly.
But yeah, things are really starting to take shape in there. Nearing the end of my workday here, and I'm waiting for my savior Melissa to show up in her car so we can go take another load of stuff to the auction house. The guys, Bob and Bill, have left as it's just about closing time. They've gone on their way. And meanwhile, inside the store, the electricians have started to install some of the schoolhouse lights. Now, the only bulbs I had here were my old ones. It's gonna drive me nuts. The temperature is different of the bulbs, so we have one that's whiter than the other two. I'm gonna have to change all that up, but at least the fixtures are getting in. You can kind of see I went with this old schoolhouse look, which will all make sense once the rest of the building is put together. Hard to imagine the finished product now, but just trust me, once the flooring is in and the shelves are in, the counters are in, it's gonna have a really nice sort of feel in here. Tin Basher's been working, building ductwork and installing it in the furnace room. The furnace is in. You hear them working away. They're gonna be here for a little while longer. But I don't think they'll be finished up in there until tomorrow. So I'll come and do a little update in the morning and see if we have a little bit more ductwork done. But it's nice to see things taking shape. Oh, now it's just time to wait for my ride. Oh, I see my hero about to arrive. Here comes Melissa in her little white Volvo. Now I can offload the stuff from the store and get it over to the auction. I ran out to get light bulbs because it's gonna drive me crazy, those lights being different colors or being off. Before all the HVAC guys get here, I should do a little walkabout. They got as far as getting it to the exit of the wall. It's gonna continue down basically, and we're gonna heat from above, blasting it down. And my little utility room back here, oh right, there's no light yet. It's getting pretty full. I've got my hot water tank in there, I've got my furnace, and it is a tight fit, my breaker panel on the wall, but everything does fit in the mechanical room, which is good. And I have an air conditioner unit that's gonna be going up on the roof soon, but I'm gonna try and replace these light bulbs before the guys get here, so I better be quick. There, that is better. All the lights are the exact same temperature. We went with the LED 100 watt which means it puts out 100 watts worth of light, but it does it at a fraction of the power usage. So should give our guys a little bit brighter workspace, and there will be some more lights added over here, but we gotta wait until the vents are in and we'll leave them to it. So the update, I guess, is this. The HVAC system, so the heating and ventilation, air conditioning, all that is gonna be in by Thursday. On Friday, the tiling guy comes in and he does a bit of prep work to the ground, to the floor, and then on Monday, the tile starts to go in, which is good news for me, because that means once the tile is done, I can actually start to do the work I need to do. And that's getting the shelves put in and start getting the stock moved over. I can start getting my store lightened up a bit because it's really full in there right now. So I will have probably a really big update video coming next week when I start to actually fixture and decorate and shelve everything in that new side of the building, making some very good progress. But for now, I'm home. I'm gonna spend some time with the kids and just enjoy my evening. And I hope you guys are too. So have a wonderful day. We'll see y'all soon. And as always, bye for now.